this yourself. You can all do this yourself. It's an optical illusion. You see, you get the spoon like this, and you just grip the end of it like this, and you do that, and you give the impression of bending the spoon. You can do it yourself. Just look, just like you're bending this.
We all have some kind of paranormal ability within us. I think that we all have some kind of energy, some kind of a power inside our mind, and maybe I have it stronger.
There's a great deal of energy in this world, and very few people know how to use it. I'm just a channel for the use of it, because the mind does rule the body. There's no doubt about that. How long since you've done that?
Oh, months.
Months.
It's nice to believe that your fortune or your future is written in the stars, and those stars were placed in those positions, and the planets among them, just to dictate to you what the possibilities were for your life. It's nice to believe that you can get some magical knowledge, some magical control over your life. It's a pleasant sensation. Unfortunately, it doesn't stand up to examination, and most of these people are very, very angry when somebody really wants to examine it dispassionately, but it is a pleasant notion.
James Randi is a professional conjurer. He's also a founder member of a group of skeptics based here in Buffalo, New York, but with members throughout the world. They are called PSYCOP, which stands for the Committee for the Scientific Investigation of Claims of the Paranormal. PSYCOP thinks that the human mind has a powerful tendency to delude itself. For PSYCOP, paranormal phenomena may exist in our thoughts, but not in reality. They think these are a figment of our imagination.
Do you believe in flying saucers?
PSYCOP haven't seen any. In fact, they feel that believing in UFOs is at best anti-scientific and can be dangerous. If you have ever been to one of these, PSYCOPs say that the chances are you've been conned by a charlatan or by someone who rashly believes they have psychic powers. Stemming the paranormal tide is an international crusade. This year it reached Belgium, where skeptics from all over the world gathered for a convention. The Norwegians worried about their trolls, the Dutch about faith healers, the Swedes about diviners. In this film, we will show you how some of the skeptics think and work. People like English psychologist Sue Blackmore, who used to believe in the paranormal after an out-of-body experience caused her mind to travel out of her body and out of the room. Or American psychologist and amateur magician Ray Hyman, who used to make a living out of reading palms.
When skeptic scientists...
Paul Kurtz, who is not only a philosophy professor and chairman of PSYCOP, but also chairman of the International Humanists.
There is a tremendous need.
And James Randi, who is offering $10,000 to anyone who can prove they have paranormal powers.
Level of belief.
PSYCOP is a modest effort. It involves hundreds or thousands of scientists worldwide. Perhaps we're like the little Dutch boy with his finger in the dam, but I think someone should put the finger in the dam. I would hate to see the dam burst. No, I think we're playing a role. I think we are providing an alternative position. If we were not there, all that you would have is a tremendous pro-paranormal propaganda.
PSYCOPs are not the first to go on a crusade against the paranormal. In the 1850s, scientist Michael Faraday set out to expose the table turners, mediums who claim to be able to turn and lift tables using only the power of the spirits. For Faraday, this was impossible. for it defied the logic of scientific rationalism. In 1920s America, conjurer Harry Houdini took on the spiritualist mediums. What looks like scrambled egg coming out of this medium's ear is ectoplasm, produced during a trance and claimed to be the material manifestation of the spirits. Houdini thought it was a trick. Here he shows how the ectoplasm is used by mediums to produce fake spirit hands. Now it's Psychop's turn to carry on Houdini's work. In the past 14 years, they say they have disproved hundreds of claimed paranormal events. They are the guardians of science, protectors of the values of rational and deductive inquiry against all comers.
Look, it's like it's becoming like plastic. And it's breaking. It's breaking. It's a crack. You can look. It's very...
Again and again, they have taken on this man, Uri Gellar, determined to reveal him as a conjurer and a fraud. Gellar is not impressed.
I gave it fast to him because there is no heat. I think that vendetta is the right word, because sometimes I feel that I'm actually being haunted by these people, and they're trying to destroy me or Uri Gellar or the myth or the legend or whatever you want to call it. But gosh, I lean back and look at all this wasted energy that is being put into demolishing me and exactly undermining their own cause, because they're making me more famous by attacking me. I'm, in a way, an entertainer. I get to the public more directly, and I pass my message to people out there, to the millions, and that hurts them. God forbid, if Uri Gellar says that paranormal powers exist, people out there will believe, and they don't. So they say, well, if we stop Uri Gellar, our job will be easier.
I think it's inaccurate to refer to PsyCop as skeptics. They're really counter-advocates. They are the protectors of the current scientific paradigm. And that's certainly how many of the more enthusiastic members of that group behave and, I think, see themselves. They're protecting science from the onslaught of what they perceive to be irrationalism.
London to back at 11:51 mining today, fortnight. And in this hour of the show, I'm joined by the amazing Christian Dion. Christian's here with the tarot cards. If you want Christian to have a look at the future, 071 603 1152. So get dialing now for that. Okay, well, the phones are buzzing, and Florence is in Ilford.
As we pick out the cards, there's two things, particularly going back.
Ray Hyman is on the Executive Council of Psychop. He's listening to tapes of English psychic Christian Dion's radio talk show, sent to him in America by a British associate. In the show, Dion questions callers and gives them psychic readings and advice.
London Talkback Radio.
Hyman came over to London to investigate.
Hi, Yvonne.
All right.
How are you?
Fine.
Shuffling going on?
Shuffle the rounds, yes. Yeah, I think people don't actually believe I shuffle them all the time and change them around, but we do, kids, we do.
Certainly do.
Whoops. Over the last sort of basically 12 years, it's been a bit of a dodgy patch, Yvonne.
That's right.
And I feel that you have also been draining yourself a lot recently. You've been getting yourself all wound up.
Yeah.
Very, very much so. And without being rude, you've lost your sparkle.
That's right.
You know, it's like you're not you at the minute. We need to get your sparkle back. I think that will be better as we go into the autumn.
It's a bit like being able to view a videotape of someone's life. You can see the past, the present time, the future time, which gives them evidence, if you want, that things you're predicting for the future are good, or at least accurate.
Right. Is there anything particular you wanted to find out about? It just helps him pick up on things. Right, stay on the line. We'll be with you soon. If you can just make sure your radio's turned off, you'll hear it down the line.
Well, what do Dion's callers think? Is Yvonne from Acton convinced of his psychic powers?
Yvonne, you just had a consultation with Christian Dion. What do you think of Christian?
I thought he was good. It was right what he said to me.
What were some of the things that he said that
Well,
right?
he said there was ups and downs in the last 12 years and in the last 2, and also that I tend to put everybody else before myself, and I've lost my sparkle. You know, that was all. And he said about a property deal, which I take it he means moving between now and Easter next year.
Is that something you have been thinking
Well,
about?
we have, yeah. And he seems to think that it will happen.
She's just one person, and many, many thousands of people seem to be just as convinced as she is. And the sad thing is that there are alternative explanations.